Good morning. How are you?
Excellent. Yeah.
Excellent. Hi guys. Welcome to 1 Million Cups. How many of you guys are here for the first time this morning? One. Nice. But we always welcome new visitors. For the rest of you, you guys kind of know this. This is Old Hat. This is 1 Million Cups. It's a showcase for entrepreneurs from across Tampa Bay. They come up here, they present what they're building, what they're developing, what cool things are going on, and then you pay them back by asking them a bunch of questions. You make suggestions, you think through the connections that you know, how you can help them grow their businesses here. It's a symbiotic relationship. It's also fueled by Kawa Coffee, our generous sponsor. We appreciate them. On non-Wednesday mornings, please purchase their coffee at one of their 11 locations throughout Tampa Bay. My name is Sean Kennedy. I am an organizer here with 1 Million Cups, along with Danielle Whiteloff, JJ Roberts, and a couple of people who aren't here, so who cares about them? We also have Harley, who puts together our weekly emails that you guys so enjoy, that tell you about the presenters, how to contact them, how to help them, tells you about events that we have coming up in the community, and gives you hints about where to go to get the things you need to build better businesses around here. I know many of you brought school supplies this morning for the Stuff the Bus campaign. We really appreciate that. There's a box out in the hallway if you have a spare pen on your way out or something like that, or you're making an Amazon delivery directly to it. We appreciate that. So today, we only have one presenter. Unfortunately, our other presenter's grandmother got ill and was called out of town. But the upside is our one presenter is pretty damn cool. So Sean is with HD Interactive. They pretty much come and show us the coolest cutting edge technology. Today is no exception. These things are awesome. I saw a Naked Man earlier. It was amazing. But I'm sure it does things other than that. Yeah. So Sean, please.
Thank you, Sean.
It was science, all right?
Hello everybody, I'm Sean Carey. Our company is HD Interactive. This is Kevin Hull over here. Let's see, so we're not a typical startup that you normally see here at 1 Million Cups. We've been in business for 15 years. We do a lot of different things with mobile apps, websites, virtual reality, and other things. But today we want to show you some new technology. This is the Microsoft HoloLens. We call this a mixed reality headset. There are some people still using the term augmented reality for this. But I think Pokemon app and some other things are helping to define that's what augmented reality is, and our industry needs a new term for mixed reality like this. So, and then we've been here a couple other times, like Sean said. We came here, showed off drones that could fly and take video well before anybody else started getting drones. We came here with an Oculus Rift when that was brand new. So we wanted to do the same thing and share brand new technology with you. What is mixed reality? This guy here, his name is Steve Mann, M-A-N-N. If you have time to Google him later, he's a pretty interesting guy. He kind of helped found this technology. All the way back in the 1970s, he started building these wearable mixed reality headsets. Here's a little quote about mixed reality is a mixture of the real world and virtual worlds so that one understands the other. This creates experiences that cannot possibly happen anywhere else. That's a quote by Graham Devine, who is a famous game developer that's now working at Magic Leap. So basically what it is unlike virtual reality, when you put on a virtual reality headset, it blocks off the rest of the world and you're immersed in a new virtual world. With a mixed reality headset, I can still see all of you here, but then I overlay holograms on top of it and it mixes the reality together. And the goal is for it to be done so well that I can't tell if this is a digital mouse or a physical mouse there. It's just going to mix reality together. And so this is what it looks like when it's put on. And I can still see my slides and see all of you, and then see holograms on top of that. So a number of years ago, there was a company called Meta that made their first first version of something like this. I think that was the same year that Google came out with the Google Glass. That was a relatively short-lived thing, but it was a good milestone and a step towards where we're going with this technology. Then Microsoft made this HoloLens about a year ago. It just got to the point where we were able to get our hands on one just a few weeks ago. We've been on a waiting list for months. Our goal is to get ramped up and start developing on this pretty soon. There is a video here. I'm going to skip through it because I'll let you guys see that soon. The Meta 2 is coming out real soon too. It's another version that doesn't look too differently than this, except it's got a cord out the back that plugs into your computer. So that one is going to help replace your computer monitors. So when you plug into your computer and you sit down, you can have your web browser floating over here, your email here, your messages, your music, and you can move windows all around, and you just don't need a computer monitor anymore. So the big difference is here too that this one has the whole computer built into it. So it makes it kind of heavy, but there's a Windows 10 computer in here, along with cameras, sensors, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and a bunch of other goodies. So this is what a glance at what the Meta 2 looks like plugged into your computer, and they've got a little demo here with email and calendars and web browsers, and you can push the things around it using the cameras. It'll use hand gestures and other things. And so that's just a quick little demo glance of what it might be like to work with holograms like that. The Magic Leap, they're a South Florida company down near Fort Lauderdale. They've got over $1.5 billion invested in their company so far. A good chunk of that is from Google. This may be the company that wins the race for this kind of technology, but they've been really secretive and only letting out little pieces at a time. And so here's a quick glance at what that technology looks like. You can see a little robot under the desk, and then it's so fancy that it can even, the table leg can occlude right in front of them there too. And you can see a solar system floating around, and we even have a solar system demo real similar to this on this device here. There's more demos that I don't have time for. And then in general, this device is going to be much smaller, much more like sunglasses, but it is going to have a little cable that runs out the back, and it's going to have a device about the size of a cell phone that it plugs into. The nice thing about that is that it takes all that computer power off of the device and puts it into something like this to keep it small and light. I'm open for any questions. Thank you. Sean?
So does it map the room to get around like that table leg and things like that? How does that work?
It sure does. So there are sensors that map the room. Depending on the app that you're using, it could either do it real time while you're using the app, or some of the apps you have to walk around and scan the room in real close detail before you can even play the game. And it's kind of neat the way it does it. You can see little lines and grids tracking the floor and the walls and all the objects. And then when you do play a game, like there's a robot one where robots will bust out of the walls, and it looks really convincing that they put a hole in the wall and came out. Or you can have little things run around or build blocks on the chairs or so on. But yes, it maps the room. Either.
Do you see this as a gaming device, or do you see business applications for it?
Both. Gaming and entertainment is always going to be a thing and a leader for some of this technology. But I have big hopes, and so do the companies making this, for productivity and business uses. Again, the examples of using the web browser, there's a Skype app on here. I can do video calls with this. and being able to replace your computer monitors eventually for productivity, and then maybe even 10 years down the line, this is going to replace televisions and cell phones and everything else once they get small enough and powerful enough. But yeah, it's not just entertainment for sure.
So what I'm confused on, what is the relationship with HD Interactive and this device? This is a Microsoft device, correct?
Yes, so HD Interactive are developers. We do both the creative side and the programming side. So this is going to be one more new technology that we work with and develop content that's going to work on this and develop content that works on similar devices to this.
So it seems like there's competing brands of this similar device. How do you guys pick which one your time is valuable, which one to spend your time developing on?
It's a good question. Right now, it's an easy choice because there's only one device coming out at a time. So this is the first one that we could get our hands on and start working with. Magic Leap hasn't let too many developers use theirs. Like I said, it's very, very private and closed, and they've got a few big developers like people from Lucasfilms and ILM and a handful of other people working with them, but otherwise they're not letting us get our hands on that. The Meta one comes out in a couple more months, the Meta 2, and so really we just got to take what we can get, and we're going to work with this one until the next device comes out and work with that one also. The nice thing is that the same tools we use to develop apps for this are the same tools we use to develop apps for virtual reality headsets, and all these companies have made it clear that these 3D game engines can be used to develop content for all the different devices coming out. So it is pretty standard.
Do you guys have to purchase those headsets, or do they let you develop on them for free?
Yeah, it would be nice if it was free. This is $3,000 for this particular one. And I think just this week they opened it up on their site, on the Microsoft Store website. Any developer can buy one of these for $3,000 now. So we're on a private list that got it to us a little early, but now it's open to any developer for $3,000.
Do you anticipate having any products on the market, any applications anytime in the near future?
Not the super near future. There's a couple ways that we can put out products. One is there is an app store for this already, but even if we put an app out there, it's only for the select few developers that have this right now. So that's not a great revenue model right this minute. And in a couple years, when this becomes a consumer product, that app store is going to be fantastic. In the meantime, before it's a consumer product, we still look for opportunities where companies can use this as like a one-off. Like if this was a tool for architects and they could bring this into a meeting and show off their 3D visualization of the project that they're building, people could use it like that. Or as a sales demo, or as a thing that you bring to a trade show and show off things. So there might be some opportunities in the short term to just do one-off little projects for people. And then, again, the bigger picture is probably around 2 years down the line, these will start becoming consumer products. They'll be smaller and lighter and faster and cheaper.
I think there might be a way to do, like, as a developer, I understand, like, you need to make money too, right?
Yes.
So maybe some things like in the training field, like, say, for instance, for medical, things like that, where you could actually create an application that could be repurposed for multiple different parties. Because it's an expensive tool, but in the healthcare space, something like that, paying $3,000 for a training tool is relatively inexpensive. Even another $15,000 or $20,000 for the development of the application is relatively inexpensive.
You're 100% right. Training is a great thing for this and for virtual reality.
Right.
We're doing some virtual reality training projects right now. We'd like to do the same thing with this. And one of the demos that I was going to show off afterwards today is a demo of a anatomy course, a training course. So it does give you a little taste of that and see something practical with this.
I have to go back to the beginning. What's the difference between augmented reality and mixed reality?
So augmented reality, the basic definition is where you augment any digital thing over video of the real world. And so this has been going back many years. The example I've always given is like on television when you're watching a football game and you see the yellow first line marker, and that's been augmented reality. Then even 7 years ago, we were building augmented reality things with webcams on the computer, where you could show it a picture of some symbol and then you'd see the live video, but then that symbol would trigger 3D things to overlay on top of the live video. And then a couple years after that, we started making augmented reality apps on the phone where I could look at a live video feed from my phone, like our business card. For those of you that haven't seen it, we could show you that you could look at our business card and then it turns into a video and plays our demo reel. So we're we're augmenting something in real world through some video feed. Now, mixed reality isn't a video feed. You're actually seeing the real world with your own eyes and putting holograms on top of it. And the hologram is the big important difference too with this.
So can you tell me a little more about HD Interactive and how you guys generate your revenues and what kind of company you are?
Sure. So we're a 15-year-old company. We're here in Tampa Bay. We're a relatively small company. We've got about 15 real talented, specialized team members with all different skills. We do websites and then very complicated website applications. We build apps for phones and iPads and Androids, and then we also do touchscreen kiosks and other things, and now we're doing virtual reality apps. We really appreciate and have a passion for new technologies, so anytime a new technology came out, when the iPhone came out, we immediately jumped on and figured out how to make apps for it. When virtual reality came out, we did the same thing with this. So we're exploring this new technology, and in general, I'm giving ourselves the next few months to get our feet wet with this, and by the beginning of 2017, we hope to be doing paying projects with this technology. But in the meantime, we do have a number of other services that we do. Yes? In the white shirt.
Okay, yeah. Are you having a licensing arrangement with the producers of those goggles that you have? And you're looking for gaming as well as other business development?
So there's no licensing required, really. We have a developer account, and we're able to develop for this device and develop for the App Store for it, and that's really all we need. And then we are looking to make games, productivity tools, training tools, you name it, anything that sounds interesting for it, and hopefully something that makes a profit and pays for all these toys. Yeah.
How do you foresee this entering the commercial market? Would people who buy it be gamers, or would it be, how will it enter? Will it be a TV replacement?
It's a good question. So the way this looks and feels right now, I wouldn't expect the whole world to want this. It's fun to play with, it's kind of neat, but you wouldn't wear this out in public, and you wouldn't want to wear this all day long. The Magic Leap company that I've referred to, their goal is to make it so light, so small, so comfortable that you could wear it all day long. And they talk about having a 5-mile rule, that if I'm driving to work or driving somewhere and I'm 5 miles away and I realize that I left my iPhone at home, I might want to drive home and get my iPhone. I don't want to go all day long without my iPhone. If I get 5 miles away and I realize I left my Apple Watch at home, I can live without that. They want to make the Magic Leap so compelling and so useful to your everyday life that even if you're 5 miles away, you're going to turn around and go home and get your Magic Leap. And then they even joke, the Magic Leap is are going to be similar to like the Iron Man thing for the people that have seen those movies, where Tony Stark has his Jarvis computer that's showing him holograms all around, and he can talk to the Jarvis computer and say, show me plans for this, or tell me what's going on here, show me the stock market and wherever, and just talking to this will bring up different information. And so they say that when you take off your Magic Leap headset, you're going to feel 200 IQ points dumber afterwards. So they say that you're going to want to keep it on nonstop to augment your self.
Are you guys working on any compelling applications right now? And if so, which one's your favorite?
No compelling apps for this yet. Right now we're still exploring and planning. We are working on some interesting things with virtual reality, but not with the mixed reality yet.
So, sort of how does that work? The plastic that you have there, is that generating the image, or is it projected down onto it?
So this particular one has a screen right here, a lens that it projects the hologram on, and then it almost looks like a sunglasses in front of that, and that will project the holograms anywhere here that I can see it. Now this particular device, these lenses aren't huge, so when you're using it, it's currently a lens about this big, so when you're looking around, you're seeing holograms through this rectangle. This HoloLens product, they keep claiming that they're going to make a bigger and bigger and bigger lens and make it to try to cover your whole field of view. The Magic Leap company I keep mentioning, they're doing it completely different, that they're going to project the holograms towards your eyeballs and actually mix the digital holograms with what you see, so that when you are looking out at the world, it's already mixed and it covers your whole field of view. So that's another reason why their product is so much more compelling, that instead of looking through a little lens, it's going to cover the whole world with holograms.
So you and I are both wearing glasses, so...
And this just slides right over and in front of my glasses here, like this.
Could that be something that would replace glasses as well as do the rest of it?
It may, but I don't know that yet. And so I just put it on, and then you just tighten it here at the back. There's a little button to turn it on, and now I'm seeing holograms already. And then there's all different gestures. I can make menus go away or come back. I can select something. I can place it somewhere. I'll put it right there.
So it does a good job of tracking your hands and your hand motion?
It does, yeah. There's a little cursor when I'm looking around, so I can see this little dot moving around, and then when I want to click something, I just focus in on it, and then this is called air tapping, like that, and I just air tap.
See the two cameras on the front.
Yep. Any other questions? Yes?
Yes, you talked about that you've been playing around with this for a while and that you can expect to have something in the App Store in January for revenue or 2017. How long would it take you to get a return on the time that you've already put in here playing around with it?
I think the return could be one good project in 2017. It's really all it takes. I hope.
Follow on that question, given that this is a really nascent market and we already watched Google Glass sort of go out of favor, how do you guys validate projects going forward? How do you decide what to build? Is it spec? Is it replacement of an existing app for a client that can be better? Do you work with the customers directly to figure out what they need more?
So again, in the short term, until the App Store develops and until this becomes a consumer thing, we are looking for specialized uses for this. So if we're working with an architect and we think this could be a good fit for what they're doing, we'll recommend it. We also have good solutions for virtual reality and other technologies. So I don't want to force this on somebody. I want it to be the right fit. But I think there are good use cases for this. And there's some clients you work with that want to be more ahead of the curve, and other people want to use the tried and true solutions. So we got to find the right people with the right fit. I mentioned trade shows. That's really a great opportunity for us. That's where a lot of people do push the envelope with technology. When you've got 100 trade show booths, you want to stop at the ones that look most interesting. And so when we do virtual reality things for people at trade shows or other really interesting touchscreens or things with other cool technologies, it really gets a lot of attention. So I think it's a good gimmick for trade shows that everybody's going to want to come try it on. They try it, they use it for a few minutes, and then we forced your content on them at the same time. So that's what I think is a good fit in the short term. Yes.
Is overheating an issue, and what's battery life like? Is there Wi-Fi in there?
There's Wi-Fi and Bluetooth on here. Overheating is not an issue. This thing doesn't even get warm at all, surprisingly. Every other device I own gets hot, and the battery lasts really long. We were using this yesterday, we were using it a bunch this morning, and I think the battery said it was still at like 75, 80%, and I mean, in general, I know that we can use it for 4 or 5 hours straight in a day, and I've still got 30% battery left, so it's a really good battery. Excuse me?
No fans?
No, nothing that I can hear or see. I don't even know how they cool it. It's magic.
Theoretical, like models.
Right. Hey, Sean.
So is it updated, can it get updated by Bluetooth or just by plug?
Mostly by Wi-Fi. So I've never connected this to a computer yet. When you are developing, you can plug it into your computer and copy your 3D applications to it and try it out. But for now, I turned it on, connected to Wi-Fi, and then just go to the App Store and download apps and do everything. Just using Wi-Fi is all I need to do.
Just thinking, theoretically, if you had that Wi-Fi or Bluetooth connection, you could stream content onto it. So it's not hosted on the glass.
Right. And that is true. I mean, you can even use, like I said, web browsers. That stuff's not hosted on here. You can have video Skype calls and all kinds of stuff. So it's pretty cool.
Does that cause eye strain? It's so close to your face. How does it take it to your vision that it's not so close to the rest of the tire?
It doesn't. No, and especially less than virtual reality even. I mean, when I do get immersed in virtual reality for a while, it messes with your eyes and brain a little bit. But with this, it really doesn't seem to very much. And part of it is, even though this glass is right in front of your face, the holograms are usually a ways away from you at a comfortable spot.
So your focal point's probably right.
Exactly. Yeah, they're not right in front of me.
Can you see those holograms when you take the glasses off?
Not me.
Correct ones.
No, I can't see. I can't even see your face without my glasses on. So no, I can't. Yes.
Okay, so I can see an enormous amount of opportunity with this. For example, sensors. You could go around as a designer, engineer, whatever, tied into GPS, locating, sensing, anything from heat to chemicals, whatever. So there's a lot of potential.
Yes.
So my question is, do you think this will become mainstream before driverless cars?
I think this will be a consumer product that you could buy at Best Buy before driverless cars are completely regulated and legal. Yes, for sure. I mean, the driverless cars is coming, but I mean, the latest I heard from Elon Musk, it might even be 5 or 6 years till it's fully legal, and the timeline for these is approximately 2 years, they're saying, till it becomes a consumer product. There's going to be one more version probably that's better than this, and then the next version after that will be available to consumers.
Is the interface specific to mixed reality, or is it manufacturer specific?
The interface, the software interface, the menus and stuff. So That is specific to the manufacturers. This one is made by Microsoft. It does run Windows 10, so all the menus, all the things are very Windowsy, and then the other companies use their own interfaces and their own
Proprietary interface?
It does, but it like I said, that one plugs into a computer, so you're still going to be able to use your computer software though. It's going to have its own interface for some things starting up, but the point of that one is to be able to use anything that you would normally do on your computer anyways with it. Yes?
After this is over, are you going to let people try those on and play
Sure,
with them?
yes, I'd be happy to. Yep, and we're just going to be able to do like a quick demo and take a look at a couple holograms or something, but with this many people, I'm sad that you can't play some really fun things or to use it a lot.
Just one more question. At the consumer side, how much do you anticipate those dropping in price?
I don't know the answer to that. The companies all say that it's going to get, the goal is to make it cheaper and smaller and better, but I don't know how much cheaper. I mean, they're aware that it's got to be affordable, and so it's always much more expensive for developers at the beginning, and then it's going to come down in price, and then when a lot of these components are all getting cheaper as time goes on is a big part of it, and then when they're going to roll it out and sell millions of them, then hopefully they've got that business model figured out. But hopefully it's affordable. I mean, it can't be too much more than an iPhone or an iPad, or else most people aren't going to afford it.
So what is your target, or what does it look like? What does your first application look like? Because I see this in two different ways. Number one, you got to find the niche market, right? And to me, that's going to be the younger generation, that they're going to want to wear this all the time.
Right.
The old school guys like myself, I would see that perfect situation would be the trade shows. For
Yes.
instance, IMTS is coming up in September.
Right.
There'll be several million people visiting that. I would love to have that at a booth.
Right.
Let them try that on and then say, I'm sold, I just sold you all of these things. That I see as a perfect market. But what does the goal look like for you for the first initial application?
I mean, that might be the first app that we sell, is a trade show app. With any new technology, we always got to start with some internal prototypes and just things to play around. And we might, like I was playing around, I saw one developer put in the store a little Jenga game, and I could have 3D Jenga blocks here, and I could walk all around them and pull them out. Like, that's a good, just a test app to build, and so just to be able to interact with things and move around and test it out and get your feet wet. And once I build a little Jenga game, then I'm comfortable moving into something bigger and better for somebody else. But I need to do something before I can turn around and sell it to somebody.
Is this being explored at all for educational uses? Like, you showed the solar system in there, and I know what the price tag it is now, it's probably not feasible, but is that something as the price starts to drop that people are looking at?
This is going to be big for education. The solar system's a good example. There's, like I said, there's the hollow anatomy that will show you. There's, and the anatomy one, they've got videos online that Case Western Reserve University is working on this one, and in this demo, you can just see the 3D person and their skeleton and their muscles and all the things yourself, but they're building it so that a whole classroom or a handful of people in the class could all be wearing these, and they could all interact with the same models and be looking around at the same things. The teacher could highlight things and everybody sees it together. So it's not only going to be educational, but they're going to work to make these group experiences. Same with the architecture stuff, make it more of a group experience where we can experience the same holograms at the same time. But education is definitely a big focus for this.
Until there's a broad consumer market, or you guys have kind of big contracts to bring in somebody, you like charge people $1 for like 15 minutes.
It's possible. I mean, I'm not looking to do that. I don't want to just collect dollars.
Go around the carnivals. And
It's funny you say that. I've got an older brother that travels around to festivals and things. He sells jewelry and gems and all this stuff. And being my brother, he got exposed to this technology, and so he loved the virtual reality headsets and all the cool stuff. So we got him a virtual reality headset, and he's actually charging $1 a minute at music festivals to watch that. So that kind of thing is possible, but I'm not looking to make $1 here and there. But I'll give free demos anytime. Yeah, and that's really the point. We give you a free demo, and if you know somebody that this might be applicable to, pass on the word.
Yeah, so in a classroom setting, can you plug that into a computer and show whatever you see on the screen? I mean, that would revolutionize the whole thing.
It's possible. It's possible, yes. There's a few apps that do similar things. It's going that direction. A good example is if we connected with Skype on here and I did a Skype call right now, if somebody else was looking at Skype on their phone, you could see what I'm seeing out of my eyes. And it's kind of neat too that I can even draw things. So I could be looking at this and I could circle this, and when you're looking at your end of the Skype call, you could see what I'm seeing and even see digital things that I'm circling and writing on top of it. Did I see a question over here?
Yeah, I was just going to say, what can we as a community do to help you move forward?
Really just look out for people that want to do cutting edge technology. If you hear somebody curious about holograms or virtual reality, then send them our way, send them to Kevin. That's really the main thing. We just want to get the word out and work with other people that want to pioneer new technologies. Great.
So remember, he said we can demo afterwards. So with that, before we leave, I want to go over a couple of the events. Every week, we put our events up here that are coming up. They're also in the email. August 18th, First Wave has their Accelerator Info Session. So if you have a startup that you're ready to scale and get to the next level, First Wave is part of Tampa Bay Wave that's in Tampa, and they have a formal program that you can learn all about on August 18th. The same day is the 5th Annual Tech Jam. That's put on by the Tampa Bay Technology Forum, and it's always a fun, lively event, and we have a coupon code for 1 million cups. So if you register for that, it is 1MCSTP. That's up here. It's also in the email that goes out. And then we have a couple of fun St. Pete Chamber events. September 1st is the Good Burger Awards, and that's at Janus Landing right downtown. It is fun. It is a great event. It's all of the local companies and community leaders. They're there to support all our businesses and receive awards. I'm not sure who's nominated this year, but I know Sean can tell you all about it, and get you registered. September 12th is the Entrepreneur Academy. It's here at the Greenhouse. It's 10 weeks. If you have a startup and you need help with the, what goes into the legal, what goes into the marketing, it's a great program. And with that program, you also get a 1-year membership with the St. Pete Chamber. So it's really a great program, great incentive, and great tool for our entrepreneurs and our startups. If you have any questions about any of these, let any of us know. And also, if you are interested in applying to present, talk to one of us. We can help you with that process. And outside of that, have a great week and support Howard.